Now, one of the saddest conversations I've had to have with people looking to get a new Doberman is from people who've had a Doberman before. Unfortunately, in some of these cases, the Doberman has passed away due to a hereditary disease called DCM. And unfortunately, this conversation happens a few too many times for my comfort. People will sometimes, especially people who are getting a Doberman for the first time, be swayed by the price difference in that, some Dobermans are almost half the price, and other Dobermans, the pedigree champion Dobermans that have had all the health testing done, can be, significantly more expensive. So they might, think, oh, this is a saving, but in reality, it's a false economy because within 2 or 3 years, this dog could develop a hereditary genetic disease and pass away. And these people come to us having known that it is a false economy because they've spent the money on the vet bills, they've had the heartache, unfortunately, and then they've come back to us with an excessive interest in health testing. And it's not their fault because some breeders do not health test and some buyers do not know the questions to ask. Now, I think there's a lot more educational pieces, and we are seeing more and more buyers come to us with an awareness of health testing, which is brilliant because we always health test all of our dogs. But I'm going to talk to you about what you need to ask and what you need to make sure that the breeder's doing. So definitely make sure that the breeder is doing health tests and make sure that it's clear and free of any hereditary diseases. Also, you want to ask about the parents. You want to know the ages of the parents. You would like to see the results, ask if you can see the results, ask about the family history, what is the family history, and also ask about what health tests were done, because there are many different health tests. Some are more extensive than others. We like to do the most extensive health tests available, but there are other breeders who will do some of them and not all. So you want to ask that, and you also want to ask what support they're going to provide after purchase, especially if you haven't had experience with the breed, it's new to you, just to get an understanding of what is actually provided after purchase as well. So these are really important things, and it is a distinction between having a higher chance of having a dog that does develop expensive health conditions. However, one of the things that I want to say is that there's no guarantee that a Doberman will not get it. Even the dogs that are health tested completely clear, there is that small infinitesimal chance that they could get it. But I'd rather be in that boat than the boat where they haven't had any health testing and perhaps it's been more prevalent in their lineage. So definitely ask about health testing. Make sure you get a dog that's fully health tested. You don't want to be in the boat of the people who come back to us having to get another Doberman now. So that really is a false economy. You want a Doberman that lives as long as possible and is very healthy. So that's the number one mistake that some people make when they buy a Doberman. Unfortunately, they learn their lesson the hard way, and then they come back to us, but they come back to us with the right idea. So people do come back for Dobermans because they do love the breed, but there are some hereditary things within the Doberman lines that good breeders are trying to eradicate. So with a health tested dog, that's the one you want to go for. So it's health tested, clear of things like DCM, which stands for dilated cardiomyopathy. So what that is, it's to do with the heart of the Doberman, and it's that the heart grows so enlarged that it could sort of malfunctions, and dogs can pass away from that. There's also something called von Willebrand's disease. You might see abbreviated to VWD. That's another key important one. However, the one that we hear about the most that people actually have Dobermans pass away from is DCM. With different breeds, they have different things that are concerns, but I think DCM is the one that we hear about most with Dobermans. So if there's one thing you take away from this, is definitely ask a lot about the health testing. And if they don't want to give you any information, feel free to walk away. That's all, folks. So don't forget to subscribe and like the video.